Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? In this occasion, we will presentation about example of qualitative research report. And let me introduce myself. My name is Choirul Hanafi and our member group is Nur Azizah, Endah Kumala Sari, Intan Ari Ardillah, Yunita Dwi Rahayu. Table of contents. First is background of study, limitation and problem formulation, research objective and benefit, research design, subject and location, instrument, data collect technique, data analyze, the validity of the data, result, discussion, and conclusion. The first material, I will explain about background of study. The background is the base or starting point to provide an understanding to the reader or listener about what we want to convey. A good background must be prepared as clearly as possible and if necessary accompanied by supporting data or fact. As the example present, this study aims to provide two kinds of knowledge to junior high school students in the Yogyakarta area, namely linguistic knowledge and non-linguistic knowledge. Linguistic knowledge includes two skills, namely macro-language skill and micro-language skill. The first skill includes four language skills, namely listening skill, reading skill, speaking skill, and writing skill. In addition to this micro language skill, junior high school students are also expected to master macro language skill, which include mastery of grammar, rules, and what is known as grammar or structure, vocabulary mastery, spelling, pronunciation, writing, or orthography.
Limitation of the problem is one of the elements in the research writing framework, often also appears in research proposal. When you are writing a proposal with a broad theme, you need to make it more focused. The focus of research can be shown in the boundaries of the problem. In this study, the problem limitation are junior high school students in the Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta, which is a problem that needs to be prioritized, so that junior high school graduates become graduates who are reliable, superior, competitive, have global insight, and have character. The formulation of the problem is a question that will be answered through data collection to support solving a problem. The formulation of the problem is written in the form of the question and must be in accordance with the topic or research that you want to discuss. The formulation of the problem posed in this study are as follows. Number 1. How is the English learning model carried out by junior high schools English teachers in Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta? Number 2. How do the English teachers and junior high school students think about the character-based English learning model? And number 3, what difficulties are faced by the English teachers? Research objective. In general, the research objective include to acquire new knowledge or discoveries as proof or test of the truth of existing knowledge, as the development of knowledge of an existing scientific field. There are several categories of specific research objectives including number 1, research aimed at exploratory, exploring a matter or problem that is being researched. Number 2, aiming for development, where researchers want to develop theories. Certain scientific views become broader as a means of solving various problems in society. Number 3, to test or verify a topic or problem where the results can strengthen certain theories or views and can also reject the results of the theory or view. Number 4, the use of research objective can be a means to seek and find knowledge that can be used directly in life. This type of research is also called applied research. Based on research entitled Developing English Learning Model Based on Character Education, the main objective of this research is to describe the English learning model in senior high school in Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta based on character education. Furthermore, the main objectives are broken down into specific objectives as follows. Number 1, providing teaching English junior high schools in Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta. Number 2, identifying learning problems English in junior high school in Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta. And number 3, obtaining input from English teachers and students related to English-based learning character-based development.
Research benefit. Benefit are what other people or reader will feel, including the researcher himself, about what has been active in explored in the research. In research, the benefits are divided into two, namely theoretical benefit and practical benefit. The first, the theoretical benefit, based on varied research objective to very exciting theories, whether to strengthen or invalidate the theory. The theoretical benefit arises because researchers are not scientific or doubtful about the particular theory. The second, practical benefit, where this benefit can be useful for solving problems practically or as an alternative solution to a problem. Based on the research entitled Developing English Learning Model Based on Character Education. In result of the research conducted have two benefits, namely the theoretical benefit and practical benefit. The theoretically, the result of the researcher conducted add to the theoretical study related to character education. Basic English learning as a mandate in the 2013 curriculum with emphasizing the explicit interaction of character education. The result of the research carried out can be reference of library source related to the integration of the character education in English learning. In practical terms, in result of the research conducted can be of benefit to various practice, including the first, English teacher, the second, student, the third, researcher, and the last, policy makers. Research design. A research design can be defined as a specific sketch or framework designed by the researcher that describes the overall research process plan. A research design submitted for approval to conduct research is usually called a research proposal. The following is a framework or sketch of a commonly used research design. Research title, formulating of the problem, research objective and benefit, literature review, hypothesis, population and sample, research variables, method of collecting data, data analysis method, and the last, report writing. Research subject and location. The research location is a place to conduct research in order to obtain research data. Research subject Suggestion by Sugiono. In qualitative research, it does not use the term population, but by spreadly called is social situation or a social situation which consists of the three elements, namely place, actor, and activity that interact synergistically.
Okay, next. Instrument.
Qualitative instruments are direct instruments that seek and collect data by direct observation, either by seeing, hearing, and feeling it directly from respondents as the data source. For example, in a research report, example, the development of an English learning model in junior high school in Yogyakarta Special Region. Using a questionnaire and a list of questions used in the interview. Next, data collection technique. Data collection is interpreted as a process or activity conducted by researchers to uncover or capture various phenomena, information or condition of the research location in accordance with the scope of research. Example, in junior high school in Yogyakarta Special Region, inquiry techniques designed to capture the problem faced by English teacher and student involved in learning English in junior high school in Yogyakarta Special Region. Okay, next, data analysis. Qualitative can be analyzed during the research process. Quantitative can be analyzed at a final stage prior to reporting. Qualitative research is usually in the form of descriptive of describing phenomena or research facts as they are. Example, we describe the implementation of education-based English learning character, identify problems that arise in the field, explore perception of teacher and student toward English-based learning character. Okay, next, data validity. The validity of the data is carried out to prove whether the research carried out is really scientific research or not, as well as to test the data obtained. For example, in a qualitative thesis, to maintain the validity of the data, this is done by number 1. The method of collecting multiple data is carried out using various techniques, namely observation, interview, documentation, questionnaires, and test techniques. And number 2, data sources. For example, oral, written, and visual data. And number 3, regularity of observation. And number 4, discussion between researchers. Data validity tests in qualitative research include testing incredibility, transferability, dependability, and confirmability. Result of the research. The result of the research is the process of organizing and grouping well information about an activity based on facts through the efforts of the research mind in processing and analyzing objects or research topics systematically and objectively to solve a problem or test a hypothesis so that general principles or theories are formed. The main purpose of the research section is to break down the data into sentences that show their significance to the research question. For example, in this thesis, there are a sort of research on the implementation of character-based learning, perception of character-based English learning, and difficulties in learning English based on character education.
Okay, the last discussion and conclusion. Discussion. The discussion contains the result obtained in the form of theoretical explanation, either qualitatively, quantitatively, or statistically. In addition, it's better if the research results are also compared with the result of similar previous studies. The purpose of the discussion is number 1, answer a research problem or show how the result objectives were achieved. Number 2, interpret the research findings. Number 3, integrate research findings into an established knowledge pool. And then number 4, modify existing theories or develop new theories. And then the last, explain other implications of research results, including the limitation of the study and the possibility of further research being carried out as confirmation or in depth. As in the example of the report I took, it discussed developing English learning models based on character education. Comprehensively, the basic concept of learning English based on character education. Conclusion. The conclusion is a brief, clear, and systematic statement of the overall results of the analysis, discussion, and hypothesis testing in a study. In the conclusion section, the researcher seeks to provide answers to research problem questions. So, it's very important for a researcher to know the technique for drawing conclusion on the data they get, because the conclusion is the best part of the scientific writing that we make. In making conclusion must, number 1, emphasize the importance of the thesis. Number 2, give the reader a complete thesis. Number 3, give the reader a final impression. And then number 4, answer the specific questions posed at the beginning of the study correctly. Based on the example of the report I took, namely the results of research findings, most English teachers had difficulty integrating character education in the development of English learning tools and their implementation. Therefore, the character education-based English learning model needs to be developed so that junior high school English teachers do not experience confusion in including character education in teaching and learning activities in the classroom. Okay, thank you for our group, and then wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.